And good evening. Welcome to the Deltahead stream. I am James Howell, and tonight we're going to do some PlayStation Underground demos on PS1 and PS2. Thank you everybody who's been patient on the with the offline streams the past week and a half, 2 weeks I think. Yeah, things just keep coming up on Tuesdays and Saturdays, which wind up eating into the time to stream, unfortunately. But tonight, maybe getting back on track. So yeah, tonight we're going to do, I've got some PlayStation Underground jam packs. The PlayStation 2, for those who don't know, used to have physical media, which is where demos came from. And it would have demos, some developer interviews, and a lot of fun stuff like that. So yeah, I've got one from summer 2001. What's this one? This one's just listed nebulously as Volume 13. That's ominous, both in number and the fact that it will not admit its time of origin. And also got this one, PlayStation Underground Jam Pack for the PS1, which unfortunately, as you see, lacks the original disc casing. You know, one of these that I think would be lovely to get my hands on would be, I know that MST3K during the Mike years did a joint program with PlayStation Magazine, and they just did like an MST3K format theater riff of some games. And I think you can probably find that on YouTube somewhere, probably in the same, or like a 240p resolution that was originally on the disc. Evening, Iceman Dan, it's good to see you. Probably the original like 240p resolution. There's like ripped straight off the disc, and I gotta say, if morning for you? Oh, well, yeah, I guess. If I'm remembering the time zone difference right, it is just across that line for you. So, evening, Gerbil, it's good to see you. But yeah, no, if I'm going to watch it at 240p, I might as well watch it off the original disc. And last time I remember, actually, as a matter of fact, we're going to do two things with Shadow of the Colossus, probably. Because I did notice my old save file on here, and as I found out, just looking at it, because, you know, sometimes these timestamps are not 100% accurate because the system that you play it on and then save the file on has got kind of a wonky internal clock because it's maybe an older used system. This one says 2007, and I have never had a used system that defaulted to 2007, which suggests very strongly to me that this is, in fact, my original Shadow of the Colossus save file, and I think it'll be a good time to throw that disc in and see where that is, because I remember I beat it. Yes, yeah, no, it is a fantastic game. Team Eco's work is great. But yeah, no, I just as a final note on the PlayStation Jam Pack thing, I'm pretty sure that those actually go for pretty cheap on eBay. Surprisingly, I would have thought they'd be more collector's items by now, but they're not. But so yeah, so there's really not much of a pre-game show. Again, been super busy and haven't had a lot to prepare, but I can tell you. So I've mentioned earlier I'm working on a walking sim. It's kind of a nice vehicle to learn Unity, and on a more fundamental level, and also to kind of have a creative writing project going in the process. And I've been working on that. This is a good time. So that's clearly less design, more writing. It'll be nice to kind of have a budget VO process to dedicate toward that. And Evening Smiley, it's good to see you. Yeah, look at that horse go with a nice, I don't even know what you call it, lime green background, that kind of Sprite logo tincture. Yeah, well, and honestly, I replayed the HD version, and even once you know the way to do it, it's still quite challenging, especially on the flying one and the water one. Those just give me really strong, unpleasant gut feelings when you're doing it, especially the water one. I do not like the sea. The sea fascinates and terrifies me. It is awful in both senses of the word, and is one of the reasons why Moby Dick may be one of my favorite 19th century novels, because it is set upon a stage that terrifies me, and I love the I love the oceanic feelings that it brings out, right? Yes, the green screen, that's right. Yes, what the future audiences will see from this stream will be some amazing special effects going on behind this horse. Other things, I've been reading Cookie Haponia's We Belong. Cookie was a guest on the latest Deltahead podcast, and I am now about halfway through her book, and it is a story in verse, and it's beautiful. This is beautiful work. It describes it pairs two stories, one mythological, the other one historical. The historical one, not historical as distinct from mythological, not historical in the sense of set very far back in the past, of one family's emigration from the Philippines to the United States, and what that experience is of leaving the Philippines. This would have been taking place, I think, in the 80s. And their life is like first generation Filipinos in the United States, and it mixes that in with mythology, that sort of like Filipino mythology, and it's beautiful, it's evocative, and it's well written. And if you have kids, it's definitely going to get you right here. The vulnerability is absolutely there, and one of the most I think I felt the purest terror swimming in a body of water that I don't know the bottom of. It's a horrible feeling. And today, this is fantastic. I'm very happy about this. Today, I received as a gift, boom, an Intellivision. And sold, my favorite, as is on clearance. And that means you look on the back, defective. So let's see, what is it? Let's see, this is inventory out, date 7/4. Wait, you can sell as is, do it. Verify and recreate customer complaint in store before defecting. That almost sounds like expatriate tips right there. Maybe for the boss, right? Let's see, item doesn't work because check no power, check unresponsive. That seems like something that can be fixed. So that's going to be a good time. But yeah, it's got, oh yeah, this is also really cool. Right here, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to put it up real close. You can see that little, there we go. See that little white strip right there? That next to the price tag? That is some kid's writing on there, and I mean, I assume it's a kid with good penmanship, or an adult man, one or the other, right? And this is let's see, it has a code here for burger time, spelled BERGER, and yeah, that's a relic right there, huh? Yeah, the Island and Misfit gaming consoles, especially with this right here, this is sufficiently confused every person in my life who has seen it thus far, which is the Intellivision controller. It has these, let's see, I believe there is a slot that a card goes into. Am I thinking the right controller? Maybe I'm not. But yeah, you got your little dial pad here for your educational games and your selections. This, got your little paddle here for Pong, and you've got buttons here on the side. So it is, so it's a console from a very fascinating time, back when they are really experimenting with different hardware designs, and haven't really settled on the sort of conventional joystick input. And it's fascinating to see how many of the sort of hardware conventions for games that we take for granted were not, in fact, universally answered questions. So, yeah, this is going to be a good time to put together. Well, take apart, clean, and put back together. Good evening, Phoenicia. It's good to see you. And Space Hamlet, fantastic. It's great to see you out. It's been forever, both seemingly since I've streamed, and also since I've had the pleasure of your company during it. Yeah, stuff and used books. That's great. One of my favorite, some of my favorite things are reading other people's annotations. And I think probably my favorite experience of reading somebody else's annotations was so this was a novel by Kenzaburo Oe, and he is a Japanese novelist. This was an English translation of one of his works, And the book had been formerly owned by a Japanese speaker who was learning English. And so her notes in the margin were some of them in English, some of them in Japanese. And so it was the weirdest thing where I had these bilingual annotations in Japanese and English in a book by a Japanese author translated in English. And I'm thinking like this, there's got to be something, so there's got to be some sort of post-structural lit theorist who is just dying right now with joy that this even exists. And, you know, good on you, Derrida. Evening Time Zombie, it's great to see you. Thank you for coming out. I know it's a little bit of a later start. And yeah, so yeah, before we get started, I'm going to show you the ultimate thing that's going on right now. Which is, oh buddy, oh my God, oh sweet Jesus. Oh. Yeah, this guy right here has been chilling out secretly behind me this entire time. And I waited until this moment to bust this out and show you. Look at this guy. Super drooly, super cheery. So, we're gonna leave him here. Oh. Really? I thought that, Evening Young Snow, yes, he is a good cat. And a good car, honestly. I could probably slap a saddle on him and let my kid ride him around. He's huge. I mean, the cat, not my kid. That would defeat the purpose, right? Yes, that is the capitalist of cats. In Time Zombie, for some reason I thought that you learned shogi to play one of the Yakuza games, or maybe that is one and the same thing. But, yeah, actually, okay. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna grab something. I'll be right back. Yeah, here we go. There's our buddy right there. So despite the fact that I've deceptively left this up running, this is not the main thing I intended to stream. We're gonna look at some demo discs, but I am deathly curious to see where this save file left off. I remember beating all the Colossi, so this better be my end of the game save file. But yeah, the last time I played this was 1/25/2007, 10:47 p.m. That would have been Eastern Standard Time. So that doesn't really give me any additional information that is useful, but it's nice to know nonetheless. Oh yeah, Brave Fencer Musashi. I remember that. That was a gem. Huh. I don't remember shogi being a part of. Oh wait, no, wait. Brave Fencer Musashi taught you about shogi. I do not remember shogi being in that game. No, that was when I was in South Carolina in 2007. Same time zone. Well, for the part of Tennessee that I lived in anyway. Tennessee straddles 2 time zones, so you've got one half in Central, the other half in. Actually, I think maybe less than half in Eastern. Anyway, let me get chat up on the iPad here. We're going to close this disk tray and see what is on here, because I don't think I actually know what is on this demo disc. Let's do that. What is this? Is this Lament of Innocence? Dang! When's this from? What's this from? Also from 2007. Oh man, that's my post-game file. The one that's my late game file. That should be the one that I've unlocked Pumpkin on, the special character Pumpkin. That's gonna be cool. What's this monkey? Escape from Monkey Island. Escape from Monkey Island. Is that a PS2 game? Is it released on PS2? Apparently so. Wow. There's a whole lot of discoveries happen tonight. So, Here we go. Yeah, I do too. It is something that I lament is no longer part of game sort of UI design. Sampler are trademarked and copyrighted properties of their respective publishers and or licensors. See the individual screens for details. Okay, so this is from 2005. Oh wow, that is awesome. Oh, look at that, speak of the devil. It's the Shadow of the Colossus demo. I swear that was not intended. But maybe that's a sign. Oh, nifty. Sly 3. Soul Calibur 3. Holy cow. Soul Calibur 2 was the one that had the special licensed bonus characters per console, I remember. Yes, Phoenicia, absolutely. I think for me... What was that? I don't know, I'll have to think about that. What was it for you? Because I think demos are... I mean, there are still demos now, but I feel like... I don't know if they're as special experiences as they maybe were when they were as limited as this, the access at least. Oh, Curse of Darkness! I have this and I have not beaten it yet. Curse of Darkness has weirdly been brought back into my consciousness as current because of Hector and Isaac's inclusion in the Castlevania animated series. A very weirdly obscure entry in the series, given that the 3D Castlevanias on the PS2 didn't succeed as well as many had hoped. And yeah, so that's a really kind of a niche source for them to have drawn from, but a fruitful one nonetheless, because their characters were much loved. Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood. These were games I did not play very much at the time, and still I think don't. Genji, Dawn of the Samurai, and Shadow of the Colossus. Oh, nifty. I didn't know that Halo had a multiplayer demo on PC. Let's take a look at this, and probably not going to get too deep into it, just enough to see what it looks like, because I'm going to throw the actual Shadow of the Colossus in later tonight. Favorite game on the PS2? That is tough. Probably Metal Gear Solid 3. If your television does not support your screen will go dark. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. Flip a switch here. See if this does anything. I mean, I know progressive scan is, I believe it's an analog output signal, so that's right. It's not going to read it because my capture device is only taking, what do you call it? Composite out. Okay, cool. That makes sense now. I came to Halo a little later in the game, so to speak. My first Halo was Halo 2, and I played that on 360, I think? Oh man, look at that FMV. Good bird. I seem to remember some Easter egg about that bird, like being able to jump and grab it, and whoosh, around to areas you're not supposed to be in. You know, for everything except the visual resolution, this gives me Last Guardian feelings. Which I think is a testament to how much that game Really does feel like an up-res of a PS2 game, because, I mean, that's when it was developed, right? Oh, man. Always good to see Argo make a jump and, you know, stick the landing. Oh, cool! I forgot this. You can actually control the camera during these little sequences. It's not, this is in-game demo. This isn't FMV. Shows what I know what I'm talking about. I don't think I didn't play the demo of this when it came out. I actually got this game when it was down to $20. I was very late to the party on it. I'd really enjoyed Eco, but didn't appreciate how different Shadow of the Colossus was. It was Shadow of the Colossus was an experience a little more to my taste than Eco was. But both of them clearly accomplishing similar effects with visual direction and environments. In particular, the use of negative space is just amazing. Yeah, by that game, do you mean Last Guardian? Because yes, yes, in fact it was. Oh yeah, man, look at that frame rate jump straight up as soon as I'm looking at the skybox. Wow, I think it's dropping down to like 15. I don't remember the frame rate being that low. What a brilliant, pun unintended, use of lighting here. Oh man, this is giving me big heart feelings. So I remember when I would grind in this game, you know, ride around, try to find the silver-tailed lizard, shoot him down, try to find the fruit so you get as much life and stamina as possible. This would have been Christmas of 2006, I think. And I had received an iTunes gift card, and I bought some audiobooks, and one of them was a reading of the Iliad. And I remember I listened to the entirety of the Iliad while, oh man, look at that bridge! What an amazing establishing shot. 2003 E3 demo version. Also back when E3 was like the exclusive source of so much of this stuff. But yeah, I listened to the entirety of the Iliad while grinding in this game. So I have hope. I mean, which kind of works because of the vastness of this game. Really fits the epic proportions, literal epic proportions of the Homeric Homeric stories. Yes, it does. I think they removed the journey across the bridge. Does the bridge collapse? No, the bridge collapses later at the ending. I'm going to talk about this in terms of spoilers because it seems like everybody's played it, and also it's been many, many years. Oh, I love how this kid's just like clearly wielding a sword that is just outside of his sort of like comfortable lifting range. There's something very identifying about, can I reverse those controls? Hold on. Let me see. Oh, God, this pause screen. Let's see. Yes. Thank you. There we go. That's feeling good. But yeah, there's something about the camera control and the use of the 16 button mapping that that feels very identifying. No, I read War and Peace on my own. No, I'm a sucker for narrative poetry. Oh, I think I also want to, there we go. It's always so bewildering to know what inverted is supposed to mean in any given scenario, since there's like no standardization for that. No, now that feels weird now. So, we're gonna get there. Maybe this is what I want. Alright. Oh no! It's... some sort of monkey's paw cursing here. Okay, so this... I'm sure this is what I want now. Okay, that's good. Yes! Cool. Alright. Crunch. Alright, last time, I promise, this is it. Okay. So, just for information on my preferences here, in case you were ever designing a camera control scheme in the future, pressing up should tilt the camera in such a way where I see more above me, and pushing down should tilt the camera in such a way where I can see more below me. And these are the these are the things, these are the appropriate configurations. Where's Argo? Ah, that whistle. Sound design on that's great. Horse just like, whatever. I'm going downstairs, Buster. And if you think that's easy, try being a horse. Excuse me, that horse has a name, thank you very much. Evening, Frigids. Great to see you. Okay. Okay. Though this does get to one of the only challenges that I have with the design of the Team Eco games, which is the controls. Again, I mentioned that they're distinctive, and that means that they are memorable, meaning that I've struggled with them and continue to do so. Thank you, Gerbil. Yes. Oh my God. Well, your abilities are not mine. I can tell you. Well, it's weird because I have preferences. My hands have preferences. But that said, I can usually I can usually get very familiar with controls pretty quickly, and then I switch to another game where it's slightly different, and I realize that something is off, but can't quite place it. I need to get further in Breath of the Wild than I have, to be honest with you. And I have no excuse because I have it. Oh yeah, no, this is a straight up warrior. You can tell he's got the warrior spirit too, because he's willing to wield a sword that is doesn't... It's like watching him wield it, it's like he's not a swordsman, and it's like his weight is not distributed to really... his weight doesn't seem distributed on the strike to be able to combo or put him in a position for a follow-up. So it's such a wonderful characterizing piece of animation. Just let you know that he's definitely stepping out of his comfort zone and out of his realm here. Is he? I haven't noticed. I didn't get that sense, but I mean, okay, almost clipped through something there, but that fits his characterization perfectly. Epic of Gilgamesh I have not read in a very long time. Whoop, yeah, oh, okay. I do have a volume of Canaanite poetry, which would have been roughly coterminous. I'm trying to think of a better word than that. Which would have been roughly parallel with the Epic of Gilgamesh, and yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Mesopotamian poetry. Switch weapons. Oh, that's right. I have L1 to gaze. Oh. Okay. Well, that's what you get from gazing at the Colossus, right? Oh no, the Colossus knows I'm here. Also, where... I think I need to find another way up. No, this is right. Oh. Yup. I wonder if I can get a good view of the castle from here. Oh yeah, look at that. Really, I'm very curious. Here, let's just turn around here. Really curious at what point they dropped the polygon count on the castle to something that makes sense loadably. Come on, no, dude. Alright, you want to look at the Colossus. Fine, we'll look at the Colossus like a cat. It's got one thing on his mind. Oh, I don't think I ever knew that, Oh, cool. Okay, there's that little roll, yeah. The sort of thing that probably seems like it saves you time on a speed run, but does it? I gotta get in a better patch of light. Yeah, I agree. It's one of the things about this game that is visually so stunning is its use of light. Light and emptiness. And the light actually seems to fill the space. Oh, yeah. Oh wow, is that my health bar down there and there lower? Yep, that's my health bar that just got severely chopped. Fantastic. Where are... Oh man, I'm gonna... my wipe here. Oh, I thought I was hanging on, but no, I ran out of grip. So can I retry? Where does the demo leave me? Yep, Wanda got squished. Okay, nice. It's being nice to me as a demo. It is just in terms of introducing this. I mean, the Colossi as creatures. I like how they start at the feet and then pan up. I mean, it seems like a intuitive way to go about introducing something of that size. But just the introduction of the feet, which are very horse-shaped, and seem like they would be very familiar, given Argo, our one companion, being a horse. Oh, here we go. Can I stab you? Like I'm oh man. I'm gonna fall. Yeah, that didn't work. There we go. If I can just make it onto that platform, I can rest. All right. Let's recover here. There we go. I'm not going to worry too much about identifying the spot because I believe it's on the top of his head. Maybe there are two. Scorch. Oh, they do such a good job of making you feel so awful about killing these things. Like, it really is one of these games where you're doing your video game thing, you're doing your video game protagonist thing, and instead of feeling good about your victories, you're just kind of like, I'm still not entirely clear why I just did that. Am I a monster? Do I deserve the fate that is about to plunge into my chest and make me a weird old youngman? No, they're all equivalent in age. I think they all came about at the same time when Dorman was split into many. Oh, weird. It's interesting that they're giving me this connecting cutscene, which would have just belonged after the start screen, but they're giving it to me after the start screen. I'm paying attention to the camera to see how they are conducting it for the demo footage, because typically for demo footage you'd want to show off as little drop down to 15 FPS segments as possible. And they opened with some really nice, with some pretty smooth frame rate, and then when it goes to the gameplay, it's looking a little choppier. Which, I mean, the thing is, for having such a low frame rate on the original hardware, you know, before the HD remaster, it's, I don't recall having any problem with that. Yes, yes, exactly. And it's kind of neat, like the music has, the hero moment from the music happens right as you're climbing the Colossus and you're getting near to one of the weak points. So it supports the moment of action, but it doesn't support any particular good feeling of aftermath. Because even the like we saw there, once the Colossus fell down and the little sort of like tendrils emerged and then plunged into Wanda's chest, that music is sort of like calm and victorious, but clearly that is not a positive outcome. So yeah, it's really good at taking an expected emotion coming from music and combining it with a very unexpected outcome. Going back to menu, is that what's up here? Yeah, there we go. Let's see, what of these am I most interested to also play? Let's see what Castlevania Curse of Darkness looks like. Oh wow, that... I have wondered about the usefulness of these. For anybody who played... Oh, whoops, sorry. For anybody who played these demos, I'm curious, did you ever sort of study these prior to, or did you just go into the game and accept come what may? Yeah, we can take a look at that. Just want to see what this is here, and then we can fire that up and see how far it'll let me ride Argo. Or you know what? Let's just keep it all in one place. Yeah, let me go take a look at that now. Hector, that's interesting layout. Oh, Time Zombie. I think I have the demo for... I want to say the demo for Spyro 3 is on one of these. And I don't know if I can back that up. I mean, I can obviously back it up by throwing the demo disc in. But I don't know if I'm right. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Mirth. I had difficulty remembering controls. The controls for me are largely these nonverbal things. When I have text trying to communicate controls to me, it basically, these are parts of my brain that do not like to talk to each other quite as much. So actually getting in there and being able to manually play around with it is the best way for me to learn those. If I try to think too much about it, it just kind of goes awry. Probably one of the reasons why when I am pulling out into a busy intersection, oh no, my controls, my beautiful, beautiful customized controls. Well, let's just ride straight. But yeah, one of the reasons why if I'm doing that, I kind of tend to turn down the radio or have to stop a conversation, because kind of multitasking can be challenging. I do like to see that this game... Alright, no, I can't do this. I can't. There. I thought I could do it, but I can't. So much better. What was I saying? Yeah, I didn't know about the piracy. Oh, I'm remembering now. When I played this again, the HD version, I listened to another audiobook while playing it, which was the audiobook for Hyperion. Hyperion is one of my favorite science fiction novels, and the audiobook edition of it has got some fantastic talent, and they really went all out on getting a quality, varied voice cast for the different characters involved. Whoa, no, 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 no! Ooh, buddy. That's a drop. If ever one I saw. Okay, looks like progress over here is blocked because the walls have been shorn. Is this a big rock? Is this supposed to be open here? I don't remember. Can I cross here? Seems I can cross here. You know, Space Hamlet, I'm thinking about this, and it really is an excellent selling point for the demo to let you traverse as much of this empty space as possible, because that itself gives you a taste of how big of an experience you're looking at in the full game. No, I think that is this a save marker? Just talking to my horse. Huh, I wonder if it's supposed to let me do that. This might be a bug in the demo. Yep, definitely a bug in the demo. It wasn't supposed to do that. That's cool. Save temple breaking through the demo barrier. Resetting reality. So, because I remember I saw a temple in the distance and I was riding toward it, then couldn't see it, and I wonder if that's... let's do it again and see what happens. And let's just do this again. I genuinely did not think I was going to spend this much time in Shadow of the Colossus's options menu when I fired up the stream tonight. Oh yeah, also this nonsense. There we go. Alley-oop. I feel that in my stomach. No, no, Time Zombie. As much legacy technology of one sort or another as I have around here, I think I will be very surprised if any child of mine grows up wondering what a radio is. In fact, I still have an old crystal radio that I built using. This was actually a lovely little piece where I got a let's see, was it 1 inch by ½ inch by 3 feet, so about a yard. And for the crystal radio, you know, the longer your length of wire, the more fine your signal will be when you clip into it. So I took the wire and wrapped it fairly tightly around this thing, and you know, put one extra loop up higher to strip off the wire so that I could connect that into a headphone. You know, every at a set interval. Yeah, I remember getting not a whole lot of clarity, which some additional work would certainly have provided. Ooh, hey, there's one right there. But definitely getting a large variety of weird noises. All right, let's see what the universe has in store for us here. Streaming in, streaming out. How strange. Wonder how far I can get out before that zips back in. Yeah, there it is. Oh, how about that, huh? Alright, let's try to cross that bridge again, see what else we got. Oh, this is making me want to spend hours playing this game and listening to a really long story on audiobook. Yeah, the temples are fantastic. It's these landscapes of civilizations gone. Actually, I think Dan Simmons, oh, my horse is having a time crossing the rough terrain. Just like an old style RPG where you're crossing forest or crossing mountain, and your character takes just an extra second or two longer to get past that tile. Argo is smarter than his rider at times. I think that Wanda maybe fits the bill as a classic wants good but doesn't do too smart protagonist. Which is, I mean, kind of his flaw, right? Which is what makes him interesting as a character. I don't think I've ever seen the backside of one of these things, because it's always smushed right up against the temple. Actually, didn't even know they textured it. That's kind of neat. Well, I guess it depends on in what sense you're referring to Dark Age. Technically, Dark Age is in reference to the lack of information about a given period, which is one of the sort of more popular understanding tragedies of medieval European history, is the assumption that Dark Age refers to ignorance and the lack of knowledge and a dominance, a cultural dominance of religion, when in fact, it means we don't have documentation about a lot of it. Huh. I guess this demo is just absolutely unafraid to they just cut it. They were like, okay, so there's like 5 problems that break the disc, but whatever, ship it. It's fine. No, that is correct, Iceman Dan. The connotations are incorrect and unwelcome. That's why medieval is the preferred term. The middle period. Huh. I wonder what determines the interval at which the audio repeats. And Time Zombie, I don't actually know very much about that. That is really interesting that I intend to follow up on later this week. Or maybe I do know about it, and it's not ringing a bell. That often happens. Sometimes I know something really well, and then forget that I know it, and then as soon as I re-encounter it, all of a sudden it just unlocks all those neurons, and they start talking to each other as like a bunch of old friends that finally are back together again. Remember that thing that we know really well? Ah, yes, that thing that we know really well. Let's remember it. Linear A, yes. Oh. I think that satisfies me for that one. Let's hop over to one of the other discs and see what we've got. Yes, I remember studying history of language that I think Linear A is. So I think my professor said that if you can crack this, you will have. You will not need to have a career because you will have it made, which might have been a little optimistic about how much money people are willing to pay for the decoding of linguistic secrets. But what do I know? I'm in tech. I'm thinking about that assumption, and I think that some of it comes from the fact that at the time that I would have been in a position to either pursue video games or academics, adjuncting was on the rise as a as the model for hiring and retaining humanities teachers, and that did not please me as an outlook. Oh, huh. Scoring high. How to use a USB device to achieve higher accuracy. Could that USB device possibly be the GunCon 2? I don't know, but let's find out.
Hi, the cool move I'd like to show you today is for the PlayStation 2 game called Silent Scope. This is a cool move that PC players will appreciate because you can use a USB device, such as a mouse, to control the crosshairs while you play the game.
Oh, I see.
One of the things I like to do is with my left hand, use the L1 button on the DualShock controller to zoom in and out. With my right hand, I'll use it to aim the crosshairs and to fire my rifle. I find that this will give me more control in creating headshots and gunshots, which results in higher points.
Huh.
Take him out and save the president's daughter.
See how easy that was? Now you give it a try.
So, is that like any USB device? That's interesting. And I also wonder, I'm actually really curious why they generalized it to USB device rather than just mouse.
Hi, I have a cool move for SSX for the PlayStation 2. Now at the beginning of the Tokyo Megaplex stage, there's a fan that blows your racer up to the next part of the stage. Now the camera angle may try to fool you, but you do actually have full control of your character during this airtime. Now you can use this airtime to really rack up a really high score that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. The fan comes up fairly quick in the stage. In fact, it's right here. Now you lose sight of your character, but as you can see, the score keeps racking up. And if you continue doing moves, you can get a really high score. In fact, you can actually rail, like I did right here, and get a really high score. And that's pretty much it. Give it a try. I know you'll get a great score.
I'm interested in the title that they gave him, Product Evaluator, because there's enough there that it seems like maybe QA, but I wonder if QA didn't seem maybe flashy enough to put as the title of the person that's that they were featuring on the disc. Yeah, I was actually just wondering.
Hi, the cool move I'd like to show you today is for the PlayStation 2.
Product marketing specialist, okay.
This is a cool move that PC players will appreciate.
Marketing specialist is a title that I'm familiar with. Oh, I think we watched this on a previous stream. Some of these anyway. So let's zip back up to see what else we've got. Oh, cool! Armored Core 2 data. Feels very neat that there's a From Software game featured on one of these. Oh, cool! I just copied that onto my thing there. Yes, it is the 90s, and there is time for tips. Let's see. I'm assuming it wrote it to slot 1. Which, I mean, it makes sense that they would be able to do that right off the disc because... Yeah, there we go. And this has to be it because I have not played Armored Core 2 in a million years and not on any of these memory cards. Oh, I don't know. Early 2000s gave us some quality Metal Gear content. I mean, so did the late 90s. But, yeah, no, early aughts were alright, I guess. Yeah, I was just thinking that too. That's one of the things of the early aughts that absolutely is a long-lasting legacy. So, I'm thinking primarily in terms of entertainment media. It's kind of neat that what's interesting to me about this interface is it is simultaneously like legitimate player-facing video game content because it's demo stuff, and you kind of have to be very into games, especially at the time this is created, to have access to this. So this is definitely directed toward your sort of like core gamer audience. At the same time, there's something, I think maybe because they might have had to make the CG stuff on the fly, and it's the resolution, the PS2 resolution, that also makes it feel a little bit like content made for TV that's supposed to evoke video games, but is also licensed, license sensitive and generic enough that that it doesn't step on any toes. And yeah, so it kind of it's weirdly both at once. I did not know I had the demo for Eco on here too. I must have made this choice deliberately at some point in the past. Red Faction just starts with somebody dying. Oh wow! Klonoa, the first one was great. I had never played the second. Oh, I streamed, I remember I streamed the Zone of the Enders demo one night. It was much deeper than I expected it was. I actually streamed this whole game. Let's see if it'll load up Eco. Oh, Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Was Dark Legacy, was that the one that was also the arcade game where you could save your character on the machine? If I'm remembering right. Drakan 2, I never played that one. Okage, Shadow King. Alright, let's see if Eco will load up. Worst RPG. I don't know, that's tough. I think if I've played... Oh, well, I guess it doesn't like that demo. I seem to remember having problems with that on previous efforts. So I think that might just be a bad patch on the disc. Well, that's unfortunate. Jorda... What? I'm forgetting. What is her real name? Not Jorda. There we go. Yorda, that's it. Alright, let's see what's on number 3. This is a PlayStation 1 demo disc. And actually, I have another demo disc that I'm just remembering. It's the one that has the Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater demo on it. I'm actually wondering, I'm curious what other stuff it has on there. One of the real treats of investing in a Japanese PlayStation 2 is access to so many of the Japanese PS1 games that that I always wished I had access to, and the ability to play, like, where are you, right here? Oh man, look at this CG. You know, funnily enough, I just happened to pick up Shadow Tower off the shelf here at random, and the CG here is actually giving me real strong PS1 From Software vibes. What is this? Kingsfield 2? Those are definitely not the hands of the character I thought I was inhabiting.
I'm working too hard for these things. I gotta subscribe.
You too can subscribe. 4 times a year, you get 2 CDs packed to the hilt with game demos, video interviews, event footage, downloads, and more. All this for only $29.95 a year. In the meantime, check out this issue of the Underground Jam Pack and see what you've been missing.
Oh man. This is great. This is fantastic. I need to get more of these. Oh, there we go. You live up there. Where's the one I'm looking for? Yeah, this is it. This is the one. This is what I'm looking for. Echo Knight 2. Echo Knight 2. I love this game. This is. I haven't finished Echo Knight Nebula, but it is. Echo Knight 2, I think, is the stronger of the PS1 ones. Inside Crash Bandicoot. Download station. What are my downloadable saves here? And what do they get me? What have you to offer me, PlayStation Underground? Whoa, that plane just blew up. All the hidden stuff in Tekken. If you were to get this stuff in normal play, you would have to defeat the game with all the characters, receiving a hidden character each time you beat the game with a new character. To get Jack's other finishing movie, you must beat the game with Jack without losing a round. To get the character gone, you must defeat Tekken Ball Mode. Set to difficult. To get the hidden character Dr. B, you need to defeat Tekken Force Mode 4 times. Wow, they really wanted to let you know exactly how much they are giving you. Like, I gotta say, there's a level of work ethic and integrity and genuine passion behind how much they're letting you know that they're saving you on time in that description. That's lovely. This download gives you access to all the tracks in simulation mode and arcade mode. Get all them cars. And 1,989,487,515. I wonder what that precise number represents. Yeah, they're really selling it. To obtain all these items in normal play, we're talking a few months of hard work, Buster. All hidden characters and stages. If you were to get these items in normal play, you would have to defeat the game in quest mode with all the characters and complete all of the objectives. Right? I mean, they're absolutely selling the subscription, right? Let's see what this process is like. Yeah, this one should be blank. This is a memory card that I got off of eBay, used one. It says role playing. It is not my handwriting, nor is it the handwriting of anybody I know, so I'm confident it is one of the secondhand ones that I bought. Code transfer. Buster, that memory card is in there. I dare you to tell me differently. Well, I guess it's telling me differently, huh? What's this? Is PS1 or PS2? I think this is PS1. Oh, here we go. It's interesting to me that they're calling it a download, because a download typically just implies an internet connection, and so I think technically this could be a correct use of download, but it also probably is just meant to kind of seem a lot cooler than just creating a save file. You're right, Space Hamlet. That is really interesting. Project Wormhole. What the heck is Project Wormhole?
You love to play games. If you're a subscriber to the PlayStation Underground CD magazine, you also get to help us make one. It's a mini game called Project Wormhole. Race a futuristic car down a tunnel and dodge enemies and obstacles. Over 4 issues, we've been showing subscribers how it comes together. See how the car is built. Test it hands-on. Watch the tunnel come together. Use our tunnel editor to make sections of your own. Learn how the vehicle gets put into motion and detects collisions, and check out the basics of artificial intelligence and sound effects. Viewers have been sending in suggestions for the game as it's built to www.playstation.com. If we like an idea and use it, that subscriber's name might just end up in the credits. This is a hands-on introduction to building a mini-game, something no other magazine can do. It's the kind of insider experience available only on PlayStation Underground CD Magazine, the magazine you play. Give us a call and get connected.
Oh, huh. Okay. That's interesting. It's both outreach and also an advertisement for itself. Yeah, that is some solid late 90s hair right there. Good work, everyone involved. Code archive. Back when codes were where it's at. New codes. Oh, huh. I never played Crime Killer, so I don't know what the input here is, but I kind of want the different the patterns of the X's, triangles, squares, and O's to spell something, but they don't, and I feel this is a missed opportunity for a shenanigan. Oh, man, invincibility codes. Oh, okay, so new codes and then archives. Adidas Power Soccer. It's the player select screen. One that shows the formations at the top before the match starts. Press. This is also very nostalgic, since this is from a time of when GameFAQs was one of the only places to go for this stuff. I actually remember playing Symphony of the Night, staying over at a friend's house, playing Symphony of the Night up until like 3 a.m. and getting stuck in the long gallery. Getting stuck. What was it? Getting stuck in the long library. That's right. And going to GameFAQs and slowly scrolling through to find exactly where our next step was. Oh. Female commentators are an unlockable feature. I guarantee you that would absolutely be in the menu now. Oh, I mean using the pattern, like, okay, so the way that here, so right here you got like this block, right? And it's essentially a block of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 by 7. And so if you use the zeros in the right spots on that 10 by 7 grid, then you could spell a word or a letter or something. And that's what I have in mind, not the actual letters or characters themselves. Press start and the game will pause. Oh, just a number will appear. Man. It's nuts just like knowing now. I used to think that these were really cool things that they put in for the benefit of players, and now I understand that they're things they left in for the benefit of players, and that these were like debug things. Oh, okay. Let's set up Cheryl Maria Boudreaux Dance. I don't know what any of this stuff is because I don't know the games. How many codes are there? This is a lot of codes. I was gonna go through and see what they all are, but this is see. Oh, Wild Arms! I love how chatty this text is. In the first round, have the character in the first attack position. Let's say Rudy. Select an item, such as a heal berry or medicine. Second attack position. Let's say Jack. You should now have 255 bullet clips with 3 exclamation points. Evening Mexican Sting. You missed running around in Shadow of the Colossus, finding at least 2 ways to break that game's demo. We watched a couple of videos, one from a marketing specialist, the other from a product tester on cool tricks in SSX, and what was the other one? I forget the other one. Anyway, it's in the archive. But yeah, no, we've just been going through these kind of lightly. The cursor should press. Oh, cool. The oh, that's right. The Alpha Chun-Li has a different outfit. All you have to do is save him onto your memory card. I guess I don't remember how secret that is supposed to be. That you would save him there. I don't remember their names, but they weren't anybody I recognized. So I don't think they continue to be sort of like faces of this particular kind of media. Skeleton Warriors. I don't believe that is the correct spelling of Samurai Showdown. If I remember right, it's just S-H-O down. P-O'd. So much NBA, NCAA, and NFL. Just like the used game shelf of any given legacy console. I'm about to say, like, if there's a Mortal Kombat entry in here and does not have like a million codes, then they are slacking on their job. This depth of accessing non-mainline content is one of the things that I remember the most fondly about the MK games. Dark fighting, what is that? Quasi-Ranper morph into your opponent about every 10 seconds. Space game, play Galaga. Jackpot, get versus codes from the arcade pinball game Theater of Magic. I actually want to get Mortal Kombat 3 now so I can try these. No uppercut recovery time, so you can just keep doing it. Real combat, no special moves, regenerating power bars. Regenerating power bars? Oh, jumping flash! That game legit made me sick back in the day. Gyrus. Awesome. How do I... There we go. That's how we go back. Alright, what demos do we have on here? Spyro, Bugs Life, Medieval, Tomb Raider 3. Oh, Metal Gear Solid! NFL, NHL, Rallycross. Oh, I love Medieval. Played that game forward and back. What's under imports? Era Bow. Oh, I remember that game. I think a friend of mine had it. It's based off of a game show, a Japanese game show that I think it was localized and actually had an English release. It was very poorly rated. I think that the English name of it was Irritating Stick, and we are absolutely going to try this. I have a memory of something that might be this, and I don't know if it is. Aww. Couple of dinosaurs.
うっちゃんなんちゃんからの挑戦状完全攻略できたら100万円もう夢じゃない全人類へ向けられた悪意がここに勝つのは人かマシーンかさあ炎のチャレンジャーよ今こそ立ち上がるがいい
Getting some major game show vibes from this for sure. Tournament. Cosadeto? Huh. Well, that's not parsing. Option.
うっちゃんなんちゃんからの挑戦状完全攻略できたら100
Oh, right. Zero is forward.
選択可能なコースはご覧の通りさあチャレンジャーよ心して選ぶがいい
A special preview. So, what happens there? Oh, I am controlling a rod that is going between these electrified barriers. Oh, wow, it's rotating like that. Okay, so it's... I see the three-dimensionality there. Can I? Okay, cool, I can turn on analog.
ゴールさあ今回のプレー内容どのように評価されるんでありましょうか
Hooray! I did it! Everybody's really happy that I only screwed up once. Imperfection was never so richly rewarded. Yeah, I would like to own and play this. Oh, right. Wait, so I remember, does the demo not take me back to the start of the demo? It just kicks me back out into the nothing that I then must reset. Okay. Well, I'm just surprised because if it's like an arcade game where your experience is like, if the gameplay loop is like 30 seconds, I would expect for at least a demo that it would at least take me back to the start of the demo or like a main menu or something, but that's just it. If it's a demo made, so just thinking about uses on that, if it's a demo made for store displays, then that makes sense because they probably want to keep people moving. You know, like one of the old demo kiosks where you have like kids come up and play and they want to keep you going on through. So that's probably the context that it was designed for. Mexican Sing, we're gonna watch this again. You're never gonna believe what this guy's wearing. This is not the outfit that I would expect somebody to enter this environment with, but here we are. Either going to work or going to a funeral, one.
Oh no. I'm working too hard for this.
Yeah, little known feature of Machu Picchu. It's where all demos come from.
You too can subscribe. 4 times a year, you get 2 CDs.
How much that guy's getting paid? It's also interesting to me that the mood that they went for when they were thinking about the menu of this thing is like, dystopian America? Orcish robot police? Hold on a second. Desperately wants to say hello. Oh, here. Hello. Hello. Look at me, I'm a million times bad. And then a million times worse. There you go. Alright, so. Let's see what the Metal Gear Solid demo is. I seem to remember this being fairly robust. Oh yeah, Mexican Sing. This is also a nice, nice thing. A couple of friends gave me this today, which makes me very happy. Konami hopes you enjoy this experience. Different times. That is a broken in television. Apparently it does not power on and is not responsive, and I am very curious to see if it can be repaired. It's amazing that a Hideo Kojima game, Hideo Kojima, excuse me. I keep saying Kojima. I've said that for years, and I know it's not, but there we are. Yeah, I'm looking forward to opening that up and seeing if I can fix it. Also, Hideo Kojima game, that is something that we now know it is, but when people first saw this, they had no idea what that was in reference to.
Disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces.
Evening, Monster Hunter.
Being led by members of Fox
That's very charming.
They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss. And they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
You just imagine how bewildering this
You'll have
was.
two mission objectives.
Sean Parker!
First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Then,
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it
Yeah, there was, I think there was a union conflict. And so they had to use pseudonyms for the credits so they wouldn't get in trouble.
High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
so they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus,
Master of disguise.
Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Asa.
Oh, interesting.
Specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers
It's like, man, so Snake, I know your life hasn't been exactly normal up to this point, but let me tell you, after this next 48 hours, it's gonna get a lot weirder.
Mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP.
Yes, this is a top secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Oh, that's neat. I don't think I ever noticed that his flipper patterns change as he nears the surface. As he was previously kind of doing the whole full body wiggle and then kind of doing that as he gets near the top. Oh, hello, sir. You wanted to say hello? Is that right? Is that what this is about? Oh. Oh. This guy likes Metal Gear, emphasis on the solid. He's a big chunky fella. I like to think about this music and this cat's face. Yeah. That's the Majesty. Game option. Oh, there's my SOCOM. And my suppressor. All in one place. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm gonna hold this up to the camera and see if you can see what I'm seeing. But so in this part, let's see if I can see it there. If I do the weak test, can you see that spinning around? So that's the weak one in the right, sort of right side, and the strong one is on the left, which is a little easier to see because it's a bigger weight that spins around. No, can you see that? Okay. Don't know how it's coming across in the video. Anyway, it's one of the neat things about this transparent controller. Yeah, I think this one is like when the heavy vibration cycles on this, you can feel the whole thing shake. I mean, obviously, but you can feel it shake in ways that maybe it's not supposed to. Monaural. Or monaural. Is it monaural or monaural? I always thought it was monaural. Wonder if current vibration on controllers works the same way. Christopher Fritz as Christopher Randolph. May Sadler was Meryl's VO. No, I have not.
It'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
What does it do? I'm definitely curious to try it, but it might be a while before I'm at a save where I can do that.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only...
I'm gonna skip most of this. Because if we actually play a Metal Gear game, we're gonna be here a lot longer than I intend to. That's great. Let's see. Do you remember there's something else over here? Maybe that's only on Twin Snakes. It's great how they have this whole... They have sound effects and a whole visual filter and everything just for this section alone that I don't think is really used anywhere else. And I don't think I ever knew that there was a special sound effect for knocking on the wall when the water is at fist height. This. Oh, that's just water knocking in general. How far will it let me go? Anything else back here? Really? The last time when I played the Twin Snakes on stream, oh right, I keep forgetting you can't look over the side. Somebody, I think it was Phoenicia on stream, pointed to me in the direction of a parachute that you can see hanging from the trees during the Sniper Wolf fight that I never knew was there, and it blew my mind. Yeah, guys, better go check it out.
What was that noise?
Ah, of course. I think only Metal Gear Solid 5 has gotten close to the kind of instant alerts that the early games had. There we go. Woohoo! That intro, I have in my reflexes a very specific way of going through there right at the start, and if I don't do that, I feel kind of lost having to, like, actually play the game to get through there. Yes, 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 that's right. I remember the one you're talking about now. I think the reflections, if I'm remembering right, the reflections were not, they're not legit reflections. They were, I think it's like, it's basically the same models on the underside of the accessible level, but with a transparency on the floor so you can see through. So it looks like a very clear reflection, but in fact isn't. I remember they did that with Granini Gorky, the Granini Gorky level in Metal Gear Solid 3, to very impressive effect. In fact, I think that when we were looking at the document in Metal Gear Solid 2, I remember going into the bathrooms in the 3D model viewer and looking at the mirrors, which I was trying to decide if they were like actual reflections or if they were just windows with the other with the room mirrored, pun unintended, on the other side. And I think it was the same thing, because I mean I don't think reflection tech existed for the sake of that.
There are only 18.
They really.
The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies.
They really upped
and the blue cone shape represents
the UI game by letting you hold down a single button to skip all the codec rather than have to tap two buttons back and forth. My God, I played this game so much. But I don't think I ever played the demo. This game or Resident Evil 2. Just mind-blowing. Oh, weird. I don't think I've ever noticed this detail of the steam coming through the grate. Yeah, no, this was a strange time in my video game career, because in terms of games played, just because of access to game systems, I missed most of the 16-bit era. I had to catch up on that and hopped into the 32-bit. Partway through its existence, outside of games that I would occasionally play over at like a friend's house. And even that was more of a social event.
A surveillance camera?
Than more of a social event than you know, actually playing a game in the ways that I've become accustomed to. Later. A fell up there. There's a fell up there. I seem to remember in MGS4 this door's open. There's some sort of song or something kind of secret you can get out of there. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, those instant alerts. MGS5, I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, MGS5 really found the nice balance between those things being very realistic, because you would absolutely assume that if somebody saw an intruder, they would scream about it to their friends ASAP. But also a little video gamey, because in MGS1 there, for instance, they apparently the genome soldiers with the big boss gene conditioning are telepaths. Yes, Space Hamlet, just absolutely indignant. And Colonel, you didn't. If I had known this, I love the cute little exclamation points. This goes to show you, they might be small mammals and we might be big mammals, but at heart, we're all very concerned. Like, they're just so surprised that you're still there. Like, alright boys, just another couple of feet. I'm sure he's gonna give up. Oh crap, he's still there. Alright, just 3 more feet. Jesus, this guy just doesn't quit. Oh, that's a very nice music transition. I don't think I ever noticed that they used the elevator sound effect to mask the shift. And Space Hamlet, I think that you are probably not the only one to have had this game affect you in that way. Is that a map of this? No, it's not. Okay. Evening time, zombie. Evening. You've been already here. Sorry, I'm tired. And that was kind of an automatic response. Yeah. Did we get Johnny? I think mini boss is probably liquid and solid when they're wee ones.
Built all right.
No, I don't have access to first-person view in this, so I can't just randomly alarm people. Yeah, no, I would love it if I think it would be very cool to see a game where there were some sort of, I don't know, whether through flashbacks or whatnot, maybe an extended version of Metal Gear 1 where you get insights into Snake's life just as he is on the verge of becoming a legend. You get to see flashbacks about what his life was like while Eli was dealing with Big Boss.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
That's interesting. I wonder if that's supposed to be a tell of where he says you don't look like one of them, but Meryl instantly mistakes Snake for liquid.
Their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How did they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We're conducting exercise.
Pinky swear you won't tell.
A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between Arms Tech and ourselves. We were going to
It's interesting how much space they give in between the deliveries of these lines to I don't know if it, I haven't seen this in Japanese, so I'm not sure if they use the same sort of technique there, but the pauses in between lines are unnatural, so you get the feeling that you're not actually hearing their conversation as it's happening, because the cadences are much different than you hear when they're like live and in person. But it's a sort of a presentation of their conversation in light of the Metal Gear Rex overview.
Already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros.
No, I have not heard about the Russian Doomsday Machine.
And equipping weapons.
Hey, shut up in there, will ya?
Classic Johnny. Is that current, or is this like just like there's like Cold War nightmares that are over?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have.
Congrats on the extra responsibility, Space Hamlet.
You mean PAL? Yes, of course. There is a
Well,
PAL.
congrats for the responsibility, not necessarily for the circumstances that have led to it. I'm really glad you were able to drop by. If you want to hop by and catch the archive, I'm going to throw in the Shadow of the Colossus disc, and we can see where that save file lands us. So, have a great night.
That's right. Each of us needs to input
The Dead Hand. No, I have not heard about that. That
But
is an appropriately terrifying name for a doomsday machine.
You talked.
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Oh, so it's a Dr. Strangelove type thing.
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password.
Hopefully it's badly made and can't work. Which is always my hope with any kind of technology of mass death.
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by Arms Tech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even with
Which is very sad that we have to have an internal poise generated to respond to that sort of thing existing in our world.
Yes. You can stop the launch.
Man, they gave him like 2 rolls of toilet paper. There's one on the hook and there's one up there in the back. This is
Baker should have them.
posh brig.
You need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
That sounds like a legit Metal Gear storyline. Time Zombie, maybe you should copyright that in case it actually shows up and you can get royalties.
Over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the Take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a pad.
On the other hand, if Deadhead activates, the lawsuits aren't going to mean a whole lot, so...
Personal area
you know.
network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium.
Pros and cons?
As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm.
That's crazy. I've watched this. I've played this game so many times, and I've watched these cutscenes so many times that every camera angle, every cut, and gesture is just like burned into my brain.
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon?
Oh man, the sound effects, that boiling sound effect that they have for the fox die kicking in is just, you can just imagine anything in your organs making that sound that increasingly audibly is just like nightmare material. That moment right there, I don't think I've ever paid attention to this before, but that is also a presentational effect of the direness of the situation, giving you a filter. There are not a whole lot of. Oh, that's where it ends. In Metal Gear, there are not a whole lot of moments outside of Psycho Mantis's interference or any kind of very character-based sort of perception altering that results in those sorts of transformations. But that is an instance where the direness of the moment actually adds a filter onto what's going on, so that characters who are not Donald Anderson, not dying, are also rendered through it. That's interesting. Yeah, that's their problem. No, Snake's got boundaries. Snake's a healthy example of boundaries. Oh man, yeah, Mexicans saying this. If it is burned in your brain enough, it's like, you know, well, versions of that from my childhood would be Princess Bride and Never-Ending Story and Monty Python, calls and responses. The answer, as the sequels play out, is no. He cannot, in fact. That is not how Snake's life works. Snake is a man who is capable of really awesome destruction, but give him a year or 10 during which he might be able to build something that is not, you know, a nuclear weapon destroying organization, and his whole life just falls right apart. All right, so we're getting pretty near the end of the night, so I'm gonna throw in that Shadow of the Colossus save and see where that lands us. And yeah, Young Snow, it sucks you right in. That's a great place to lead off, to end off. And I'm actually surprised. I know that, let's see. So MGS2 ends after the Olga fight, so you get a boss fight there. MGS3's demo disc ends. What does that end on? I think it's just Virtuous Missions, so it ends right when you get back to the drawbridge and you don't get to see the cutscene where the boss just like snaps Snake's arm, steals Sokolov, and throws Snake off the bridge. So yeah, and I don't remember. I don't think I ever played the MGS4 demo. Let's cycle these through. Make sure that our save is in slot 1. Yeah, these are pretty good ones. I think I asked for these for Christmas, and that must be why they have so much stuff on here that I like. What else is on here? Ah, that's right, Street Fighter Anthology. Monster Hunter 2006. File protection. Copying prohibited. Holy cow, Xenosaga Episode 3. Actually curious to see where that ended up too. Haunting Ground. That's a rare one. Wish I'd kept that on hand. Oh, there's my eco save. Oh, that's neat. I don't think I ever noticed that they used the same style on the save icons before. So there's Eco running with his 2x4. And here's Argo on a good gid-yap. Parappa the Rappa? I don't think I have any save files on that, but that would be a fun thing to stream. I agree. Good evening, Prega. Ah, Breath of Fire. Dragon Quarters. Solid. Again, copying prohibited. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know why that's prohibited, because it's supposed to be this very much a I don't want to say roguelike, because I don't think that's the correct comparison, but it has an element that roguelikes also have, which is accumulating ability as you fail and then go back to the start. I think it should have some more attributes before it's appropriately a roguelike. It's Contra? Yeah, Shinobi! Solid games. Oh, wow! That might be my save data, or I beat it on Dante Must Die. Ah, I gotta find that copy. Alright, so... And, of course, the most majestic of all. Alright. I think the MGS4 demo did exist. I also think that it weirdly came out after the game was released. What functionally served as the MGS4 demo, I believe, was the open beta. Was it open or closed beta? It was the beta for Metal Gear Online. Because then you got to kind of muck around with the mechanics. I found some old footage from that beta, actually, from that I'd recorded. Very low resolution, but yeah. Be neat to see if there's anything interesting in there and dig that up. All right. New game hard mode. Shrine of Worship. Broken Seal. Okay, so this is my 2 is the second save file. Oh, I only got to 3 on hard. Let's see. Wonder how much carries over in between saves. Oh yeah, yep. That is an end game. There's some end game stats there. Aw, good boy. Okay, so there's a lot undiscovered here. Let's okay, so that tells me that got through some of the Colossi on new game and then didn't quite make it through hard. Evening, thanks Time Zombie, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming out, and I'm about to wrap it up here in a second too. So, but yeah, it's great to see you. Thank you for enriching my nightmares with the Dead Hand, and I hope you have a great night. Let's see, how much? Ground was covered in my final save. Oh, neat. It looks like the map clarified based on how much I'd accomplished. Yeah, there we go. Delicious. Oh, sorry, horse. There we go. That's what I intended to do. I think my controls must be different. That's it. Man, playing back through this has got me hungry for a long audiobook and some 3:4 video ratio adventuring. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 I can't believe my save is here. Oh, this is the worst. I'm gonna cry as soon as the stream is done. This is heartbreaking. I can't believe I did this to myself. Loaded it up right before the most tragic moment in the game. Oh man. Argo's fine. We know this. What is not fine is the controls. Yeah, no, it's kind of a fake out. I mean, they get you for the oh god, I hate this. Just calling for my horse right after he just disappeared from sight into the canyon. Crunch. Let's see, can I climb up over here? Yeah, no, they get the emotional moment of like, oh my god, my horse and best friend, my only companion, what has my hubris done? But then you get the, oh, thank god, I don't have to deal with that grief. from the most beloved character in the game going down. Keep hitting that button by accident. I'm just breaking my heart every time. Evening, Dream Bombs. Good to see you. Here's our big final dude. That is a Colossus if ever a one there was. No, it's, this is, you're correct, this is the final boss. However, I had an old Shadow of the Colossus save file, and I was very curious to see how far my saves had taken me into the game. And I found a couple of new game plus files, this save, which is clearly right before the end, and in a hard mode. Oh wow, I don't remember that. That's pretty awesome. But unfortunately, I do not have time to go through and play this boss tonight because we're kind of at wrap-up time. So, but yeah, this would be fun to stream. I think this would be a fun game to go through with folks, especially since there appear to be so many fond memories of it. Might be a good thing to enjoy with others. So. Yes, Dreambomb, actually I was noticing the same thing earlier, is that sometimes the frame rate, especially in the demo, which is much less optimized in the final game, just dropped down to like 15. And if you want an extra treat, if you go back and you look back at the archive of this video when I did the Shadow of the Colossus demo within the first hour, you'll find a couple of ways that we found to break the demo and force it to reset. One of them being a temple that winks out of existence but leaves behind the save slab, and you can actually access the save slab and just break the game. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. Dreambomb, I'm glad I got to see you here at least at the end, and yeah, assuming that Tuesdays and Saturday nights don't also become the days of other priorities, then we're going to keep back up with a regular cadence. And it's great to see everybody, and I hope you have a great night, or morning, as the case might be. Iceman down. Where's my mouse? There we go. Awesome. Have a great